We were just doing this formal pond over here, and so many things have changed. If you look behind me, a garage has gone up. There's gonna be a big rooftop garden up there. We've dealt with all kinds of problems, especially with access. You can see how tight it is as this car tries to pull past me right here. Usually they honk and beep at us, but it's a very, very difficult job site. All right guys, it's Nick here from Team Aquascape. I'm catching you up to where we are currently, and we are getting very close. I feel like I say that every day, but we're making more and more progress. We're bringing the Mexican pebbles in today, which is a big step for us, because that basically signifies that the inside of the pond is done. You can see we ended up stepping up those walls just to one more section. So now you actually have probably 5 feet above water, which will give that little area back there where the fire pit's gonna be a lot more closed off feeling. This landslide of Aqua Blues is getting pretty close. We're just gonna finish up some plumbing in there today, finish up the plumbing for our walls, get our few lights in here, and get these Mexican pebbles in, and then the pond is basically done at that point. So then we have to come in here, excavate all of this to get down to our patio, which is gonna overhang just ever so slightly there. Get this whole yard cleaned up. This is all gonna be a decomposed granite patio here, plantings all along that side. That all has to get shaved down, decomposed granite back there, and then steps that come off of that garage that just got installed, which is so nice for our access. Now we have virtually none, just enough to get in right here. Today there's gonna be a lot of changes going on, a lot of big changes, making everything look finished, or as much finished as we can, and then we'll check in with you in a little bit. We got all of our plumbing basically done, or at least plumbed on the inside of the walls here. So you can see we ran a 3-inch line through the center of all these walls, but we have 2 pumps. So we actually ran 3 walls per pump. You can see 2 lines in the first 3 walls here, and then that single line just continues all the way around that. 1 4-to-8 running each section of 3 walls, and that 4-to-8 goes into this 3-inch, and then it gets reduced all the way down to 1 inch basically, and that'll come up through the center of the walls, and then we'll have a ball valve right underneath the cap here, and that will control the flow and make sure that we're all getting evenly dispersed. Alright guys, end of the day today. You can see the walls are all plumbed. Had to seal that, cut the hoses off on the top, seal them up. Our Aqua Blue landslide wall is all done as well. We got half of the Mexican pebbles in, and it looks awesome. The next thing we're gonna have to do now is obviously finish off those Mexican pebbles, put lights all along the base of these walls, so we'll get those wired up. We left a vein of gravel behind all these walls so that if any water were to ever come back here, it has a place to go instead of outside of the liner. You can see we got our pump vault here, our skimmer. So our skimmer is actually gonna put 1 pump into the walls. So we're gonna bulkhead in somewhere over here and connect to the rest of the walls. Our pump vault is going to run our bog and the other set of 3 walls. As you can see, look at the Mexican pebbles, like those look awesome. All we have left is right in here, and then we're actually going to start in the grading work. So all this comes down over here to basically the height of that stepper there. So all that comes down. This is where our fire pit's going to go. This is all going to be decomposed granite. We're going to have a concrete slab up here that will act as almost a separate patio or a big stepping area. We'll have steps on each side of that, flanking it. Obviously, this is all going to be some crushed granite as well. 1 more stepper that goes right here. All our little toodly-toodly-doop steps right there. From here, basically halfway out, all the way into here, and over here, we're going to have a porcelain tile patio. The patio is going to go back there, all the way here, come across, boom, right there. This is all going to be crushed granite as well, up to these steppers. So it'll match from this side to this side. Let me show you this porcelain tile real quick. 2x2 squares. You can kind of see how the color difference is with those steppers, but this is a nice stone. It's textured, it's pretty thin, so that's only about 5/8 of an inch thick. So we're just gonna set that for the patio. So anyways, everything is going pretty well. We're gonna revise some of the drainage plans we originally had, just because this yard actually slopes towards the front more than we thought. Basically have to improvise a little bit, which is not a big deal. We'll get through it, just a little extra time, but we'll get it done. That's it for us today. Catch up with you tomorrow. Hey, it's Brian with Team Aquascape. I'm here in Chicago, Illinois for the end of our season. I can't wait to get into the backyard, see what the guys have done up to this point. I know it's been a logistical nightmare, but I'm genuinely excited to see where we've come. Not so much the design has changed, the design has stayed right on spot, but he's having us do a lot of the work. So we've actually tackled doing a lot of the drainage work, a lot of the patio work, retaining walls and planters. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're at, and I don't think we're gonna finish this
year, but I thought it'd be important to show you guys just kind of where we've gotten to at this point. All right, so pretty cool. This is the garage. Even the garage is kind of cool, because I don't know if you can see this, but this is gonna be a bar area where they can actually pass stuff through to the back side. We've got a little pad over on the back there. As we kind of come through, you can see what I'm talking about with just access and the logistics of trying to now navigate everything through this spot. Before, this wasn't here, so we could actually work off of the pad that this garage sits on. Now every stone has to come through this narrow little area here. You can see our walls are up. Oh, looking good. You got Micho and Juan working on the pad. I was just talking about that bar window kind of coming through here. There'll be a countertop space there. And then here we're gonna do a railing with more of like a 12-inch, maybe 15-inch wide countertop that kind of goes like this. So they can turn around, bar stool, bar stool, bar stool, kind of look out into the yard. Someplace in here, there's some steps that come down. Right where this is at, if you remember on the drawing, we've got a planter that kind of separates this fire pit area. That orange stake is about where the center of the fire pit is. You can see all of our walls, which will separate the fire pit area. This is gonna be a really cool spot. And then look at this cool formal pond. This is all using graphics wall, the combination of some unilock steppers. And we've got Matt, Chris, and Nick. Nick's got his tape measure in his hand, working on the outdoor kitchen area. So we've got a countertop that kind of comes out from here like this, over here, bar stools that'll sit on this side of it. Grill sits right over in there. Whole thing is going to be built out of this material here. This gets this big giant patio in through here. One of the things that's really been slowing us down with this patio is they want to now heat this whole patio. So we can't put the patio down until the heating coil guys get out here and run their heating coils to heat this whole patio so he doesn't have to shovel anything in the winter. Once that gets done, then we can actually come in, lay our patio over the top, finish our coping, stone around this whole area, start getting in the landscape, etc., etc. I am thoroughly impressed with what's happening out here. I love that we're tackling some stuff and taking us out of our comfort zone a little bit. The guys are working with an extreme amount of confidence and are tackling outdoor kitchens, porcelain patios, planters, lighting, drainage. They're framing up the concrete foundation for the outdoor kitchen right now. And so things are definitely moving along. But I'm gonna kind of give you a recap, show you what to expect next, and most importantly, I can't wait to bring you back here when this thing is finished and lit and planted. It's not 30 degrees outside, and you can enjoy it the way we've been trying to visualize it since we started. You can see this is still very much a construction project. The house is definitely, it looks abandoned, like they've been working on it for a while. This is all stuff from a chimney inside the house. Come down the side here, and this is where our work is gonna start. From this gate, we're ripping up this whole concrete walkway. We're gonna do a really cool kind of rustic bluestone pathway in between the two houses, leading to this area, which was never there before. This goes into his basement. We have to run this drainage over into that permanently, so drainage will go all down and through here. That piece has to get flipped over to this side because it's on the neighbors. Here, this pathway will split. You can either go downstairs or come around here. Lots of hostas and ferns and stuff along here. Pathway will twist back in closer to the house. Right in here, you'll come up to the porcelain patio. We have a lot of drainage that has to happen between the neighbor's side and here. I believe a whole new fence is going in here. That's the one thing we're not responsible for. But we've got this big patio coming in here. This is going to be a big outside dining table. There'll be a little buffet counter kind of like right in here. Be able to pass food through the windows here to outside. They were talking about putting like a pergola type structure over here with a bunch of lights and everything else, which will look great. Of course, this whole dining table looking out at our water walls. Now, one of the things with the designs, the reason I did the water walls rather than a waterfall was because I got the height. So I instantly got height without having to have a huge berm. So what I mean by a huge berm is if I were to have a waterfall that high, look at the height of that compared to the neighbor's fence. I'm actually higher with my water wall than the neighbor's fence. If I had a waterfall this high, the berm would be high and we'd have major drainage problems. So this works out great. It also hides that fire pit area on the back side, which I think is just a really cool thing. Porcelain patio again is going to come right up and cantilever out over this wall. which is this whole graphics wall here. We've got the water walls all lit up. Big koi fish swimming around back and forth in through here. The bridge, the stepping stones. Now this is a unique part of the pond over here. This is actually our filter. So pumps sit over in here, push water up into a bog filter built on top of the liner. So this wall goes around over to there, then back that way. You can see our snorkel there. Centipedes run this way and this way. Water comes up through the rock and gravel and then spills back out between the openings here, through the joints there, and everything then circulates back this way over to where the pumps sit over in there. We've got a bunch of arborvitaes that are going to go in here. A new fence goes in. This will block off that neighbor there. Big outdoor kitchen coming in over here. Kind of neat because you come out the back door here. As soon as you come out the back door, grill to the side, countertop here on the back side of the countertop. Enough space between the pond edge and the countertop. Stools in here, so more seating. If you guys kind of get what I'm saying, this is going to be a party backyard. We've got entertainment over there, entertainment space over there, countertop space even here, countertop space here, fire pit over there, and even more stuff over there. As you come across, planter here. The whole purpose of the planter is to kind of give this fire pit area a little bit more of an intimate feel, just a little bit more condensed, a lot cozier. We just finished planning out a built-in bench that'll sit right along all of this, which I can't wait to do and get that all set up. Fire pit, wood fence, planter, break up the monotony of all of this crushed stone granite. That's going to go down in through here. You got Juan and Micho finishing up the porcelain patio here, which will be accentuated or accented on this side. That's what that whole patio is going to be built out over there. And then he's even got a staircase that's going to come in through here, up that way to the top of the rooftop garden, which will overlook the entire thing. It is one impressive backyard, and it all started from a visit to our shop at Aquascape, and he saw the water walls at Aquascape and said, ooh, I think I could do something with that in my backyard. So it has turned into much more of an experience than I think we ever thought. We've been out here a whole lot longer than we thought, but it's going to be cool. I, for one, cannot wait. Like I said before, so proud of the guys for pulling this off down in here. This alone is just so impressive that they got all this done. Everything's perfectly square. The elevations are perfect. Nick has done just an incredible job running with this project, and it's gonna look amazing when we're done. Hey, so I'm so sorry I can't have this thing running for you right now. Hopefully you're as excited as I am and the rest of the team about seeing this thing all wrapped up. Until then, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for joining. Bye.